I want to talk for a minute about the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL after the event. A pre-order link in the description does help the channel, and I do think people are being a little unfair to Google. We had our fun with Google yesterday, and I will have another word to say on the Team Pixel stuff. There were developments there at the end of the video, but I wanted to go over the initial reviews that I've seen about the Pixel 9 Pro XL and a lot of the criticism about how it's a boring update. It's the most incremental update that Pixel's had in years. I saw a lot of different things kind of dinging the hardware and saying it's not really that much of a wholesale departure from the Pixel 8 Pro, and it seems like they didn't really did even less than usual in terms of upgrading the phone. And it's not, can we not do that, please? If we have to go down that road, then boy, wait until you get to the other manufacturers, right? I mean, if we start going down that road, then this entire universe unravels because you can't sit there and tell me that the S24 Ultra was some wholesale departure from the S23 Ultra. You can't tell me that the iPhone 14 Pro Max was a gigantic leap from the iPhone 15 Pro Max. It just doesn't work that way. And it's not meant to work that way. Let me tell you who's going to find that this is a fantastic upgrade when they get their hands on their 9 Pro XL next week, which we will. It'll be here Thursday or Friday, the 22nd or the 23rd. I'm hoping the 22nd. We did get the rose quartz. Let me tell you who's going to be impressed by that phone. The normal person who's trading in their Pixel 6 Pro, okay, and they've had it for 3 years. They lived through the updates, whatever. They're going to pick up a 9 Pro XL, and it's going to be a different universe for them. These phones are not designed to be upgraded every single year and to be, but nobody lives that way. Unless you're an enthusiast who doesn't, go on vacation or something like that. This is where you spend your money. Or you're somebody with more money than sense. You're not upgrading every single year. So no, of course, you're not going to notice a huge difference between the Pixel 8 Pro and the Pixel 9 Pro XL. I didn't notice a tremendous difference between the Pixel 7 Pro and the Pixel 8 Pro. There were things there, of course. There were upgrades. Every year, they're going to have upgrades year over year. But it's more of the gap that you're going to see. And here's the other thing about that, too. I disagree that it's not I understand hardware-wise it's not a big departure. But I think for the company, people are discounting the shift that Google has now made. They're really heavily relying on AI. I think the camera was mentioned. I forget how long into that awful presentation the camera was mentioned, but it was deeper into the proceedings. It wasn't the front. In years past, that would have been the thing that they led with. Here's what we're doing with computational photography. Here's what we changed on the camera. Here's why Google has the best camera. What did you start with for the first half hour? It was AI, right? It was a wholesale shift in what Pixel and what Google want to sell you on with this phone. Now, the presentation was awful. It was awful. They started out strong when they said, "Here, we're going to take AI and we're going to make it something concrete that we're going to show you how you're going to use AI in your daily lives." And then they proceeded to show me how I can make a party invitation of the Golden Gate Bridge in 8-bit and how I can get a broccoli hair. I don't know what they were. It was awful. It was awful. Awful. But the idea was there at least. I want AI with the extra RAM in the Pixel 9 Pro XL, with the Tensor 4, with all the optimizations they're making to Gemini Nano and Gemini. I think there's the potential there for background AI to start to differentiate Pixel products. That's what I want to see. Let me open up my email. And then I get a note, because I get 50 emails a day, okay, from everybody. They want stories idea for Android police, these companies, and they want videos for YouTube or whatever else, all these smaller companies trying to email me. And that's fine. I appreciate that. But it's just a sea of stuff. But then in there, I want AI to say, hey, listen, you got an email from your boss, more urgent than usual. Here's what they're referencing. Here's where it fits into your calendar. Here's the other emails pertaining to the subject matter. And here are the files. Do you want to review this email first? That's what I want from my AI. Promptless AI that takes cues based on what program I'm in. If I'm in the camera app, then I want that assistance in the background, even though I really do think we're now really getting to the point where we're blurring reality. I don't, at what point is it not a photo? That's going to be its own separate video when the phone comes out. But at what point are we really just kind of off the rails here when it comes to some of that AI imagery stuff. But when I'm in the camera, that's what I want. When I'm in contacts, I want it to kind of pull up who I regularly call and whatever else. If I'm in email, I want what I just described. If I'm in messages, I want intuitive AI that has nothing to do with what I just sit at a screen and type into and say, "Oh, put a funny hat on my cat." I don't want that. I'm not paying $20 a month for that. If Google eventually wants to move us to a services-like economy with AI that's going to be worth additional value per month after we pay $1,100, $1,200 for a phone, then it's got to be more than just making goofy images. And I think the potential is there. They showcase some of the things like, summarize this video and make a menu of the items that were in the video, or make a shopping list of the. I understand that that's an abstract kind of presentation and a concept there, but the actual applications are there if Google is smart enough to implement them, and that's what it's going to differentiate, I think, the Pixel phones from the Galaxy phones and from the iPhone going forward. Because as much as I like One UI, and I do still think it's the best software on Android, I will tell you, after using the Pixel 8 Pro and how good that device can be, there are elements of Material U and the Pixel software that are much better integrated throughout the entire system. Whether it's reading emails and then setting meeting reminders or flight reminders or whatever, it just feels like a better integrated experience, and that's because that's intentional. You get the Pixel extras in there. So if anyone's really going to have an advantage to take AI and to kind of have it running in the background and make this entire experience streamlined to fit your daily life, it's Pixel. But Google's got to be smart enough to do it. So now the Team Pixel stuff real quick. They did issue a retraction. They said, Google representative came out and said that, we did not intend the language to be like that. We missed the mark or whatever they happened to say, and they're going to retract that language from the Team Pixel thing. But the one thing that the Google communications person did say that annoyed me was that we want to make clear that Team Pixel is separate from our review program, and it's meant for content creators and lifestylers and influencers and all the rest of it to be using our devices, which I think is absolutely false. I haven't done a lifestyle video or post in my entire life. They knew that when they invited me on Team Pixel. Let me let you... Now, there are some of those people on Team Pixel, of course, but Team Pixel was also about getting devices into hands of smaller creators early. Because unlike the MKBHDs of the world, who might do an unboxing, if they're lucky, in addition to just a one video review, and then you'll never see the phone again on their channel, smaller creators are more likely to go back in there and say, well, here's a camera-specific video. Here's a battery test video. Here's a gaming video on your Pixel. Here's what Pixel looks like in nighttime photography. Here's how you could do night shot, all the rest, night sight. Here's how you could do all these other things. There'll be 10 videos from smaller creators on the Pixel device because they don't have 20 other devices that they're reviewing at once. So that was, don't try to sell me on the fact that that wasn't a big portion of Team Pixel, getting out more content from reviewers regularly because they know the big reviewers are going to do their one video and then move on to whatever is next. So that's the last thing I have to say about that. If you're a Pixel fan, if you have a Pixel 6 Pro and you hung on, well, boy, I give you credit. I did get better. I shouldn't say that. After 6 months, the device was actually pretty good. But those things are out there. If you're coming from an older Pixel device, even a 7 Pro, I think you're going to notice a nice bump in the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Don't listen to everybody that's saying, it's another increment. This is the most incremental upgrade I've seen for Pixel. Yeah, that's not meant for you. Okay? It's not meant for somebody just coming from a Pixel 8 Pro. It's meant for people coming from a Pixel 5. It's meant for people coming from a Pixel 6 Pro. And those people are not going to think that the Pixel 9 Pro is an incremental upgrade to what they've been using. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.